assist there to Daniel Tice, where like he throws it in between, you know, two guys, like doing a 360 basically. And so 0.5 seconds left, and I'm with my girlfriend, and I tell her, I'm like, all right, so just no threes here, no threes. And I'm like, all right, they got Taco Fall here. There's just no way they can get a clean look. And just, dude, like that pass was so good.
That right there.
I mean, if
Stevens cannot win Coach of the Year. Disqualified right there.
The bad thing is if the Celtics get knocked out here, then Stevens has a huge mark on his record when he shouldn't have. Well, not as much as what he's going to get.
It's not like he's going to lose his job over it.
No, but people already want to act like he's not a top 3 coach in the league, and
he's top tier.
He like the only coach I think is better than him is Popovich, and even then it's close.
Frank Vogel.
Right.
Hello.
Right. That's something.
Tyronn Lue.
Tyronn who? More like. All right.
Gotta go. Dude, Steve Nash is already better than Brad Stevens. All right.
Stop. You stop that right now. Although I'm sure.
Could I change?
I'm sure Steve Nash is gonna be good. Do you have 2 webcams?
I think he will be. Dude, can I change in between?
Why do you have 2 webcams?
Oh, you have it's down here.
You have your laptop.
It's good. This is my. Yeah. So I can do this with like, you can see the double chin from this angle. Hang on a second. That's too much of a hassle. It's not worth it.
Oh, okay. Okay. You should get 3 webcams.
Dude, I need to get like an obnoxious amount of webcams.
I thought about getting like one on my monitor right here, and then one on my monitor right here. So I have here, and here, and then.
There's this one Twitch streamer that would have like 5 different camera angles, and she would just switch in between them for emphasis. That's freaking hilarious.
Did you see the one where it was where like someone asked her to sell her like feet pictures or something, and she like did an entire like ad.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah. No,
Does she still do stuff? I forgot about her.
Twitch streamer.
I don't even know what to look up.
Feet. Add multiple cameras.
Now you look like the absolute biggest creep.
Paladin Amber. Yep, that's her.
That's her name, yeah. You got it from that.
Does she still stream?
Just remember I watched her videos on Twitter. I don't think I've ever watched her stream.
I've heard of her, but I've never. Oh, did Discord just
Deuces?
What just happened to Discord?
Just left. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Why did Discord do that? There it is. No, I guess she still streams. Good for her. All right. I pulled up the Celtics.
Oh, now I can't see you again.
You can't see me? Are you John Chana?
No, I'm just gonna disconnect.
All right, everybody. It's the Brown Show where you have all the good hosts and none of the good ones. Oh, Matt's back.
Oops.
All right, I'm pulling up the Celtics stream on a legal stream on the side here, and we'll be able to keep up once the game starts. But yeah.
My NBA stream site. I don't even want to leak it.
Hold on, I'm gonna
NBA4live.xyz. That's where it's at right there.
That's yours?
Yeah.
Or is that fake?
That's for real. It's good. Reliable. The Clippers win yet? The message. SportsUrge.net.
getting yelled at about beach towels over here. Did you say my link out loud, Matt?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Just cut it out.
Dude.
It's very simple.
That takes like 3 minutes of editing.
3 minutes?
Well, I gotta find where in the spot we talked about it.
We started?
Yeah.
Just find. We start now. How about that?
But we had some good conversations there.
None of that was. What were we even talking? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
I might have dropped like 4 racist things in that whole sentence, and I don't even know it.
Yep. And they all rhymed with lucky. I don't know any.
What?
All right, so the Clippers are winning right.
You're trying to make me.
Clippers are winning right now. 69.
They're winning right now.
69-61 in the third.
It's over.
And Jokic just lobbed a ball that barely hit the rim. That's what you want to see in a playoff game. All right. So, Matt, what do you want to talk about? What's your fantasy? How you feeling about your fantasy teams this year?
My fantasy. Let me pull them up.
How many leagues?
All right, so I'm ticked at you because I'm in 2 different leagues with you, and you decided to use 2 different formats. And then I'm in a 3rd league that's in it. So I got Yahoo,
okay.
I got ESPN, and I got NFL.com. It's ticking me off.
Have you ever used NFL.com for fantasy?
I've used all of them before, intermittently. I've probably used NFL.com the least.
Okay. I was going to ask how you think.
I think Yahoo and ESPN are the best.
I don't like ESPN. I think Yahoo is by far the best, with the exception of CBS. But you got to pay $150 a year for fantasy.
That's stupid.
Right. But no, I think
All right.
Yeah.
Ready for this fantasy team, dude?
Which league is this in? This is in your
all right
NFL team.
It's for my money league, not with your leagues. This one's for money.
Dude, my money league, I'm happy about. But go ahead.
You ready for this quarterback? Aaron Rodgers, oh mama. Running back 1, Joe Mixon. Running back 2, Chris Carson.
Good.
Wide receiver 1, Devontae Adams. Oh my gosh.
How many teams in this league?
I'm gonna get all 2,000 of his yards. I think it's 10.
Okay.
Wide receiver 2 is Allen Robinson.
Okay.
A tight end is Evan Ingram. Flex is Terry McLaurin.
That's a good.
Kicker is Will Lutz.
Yep.
I love Terry McLaurin. And my defense is the Bills.
Okay.
And then I got Baker as my backup quarterback, Jordan Howard, Ronald Jones, DeAndre Swift, Justin Jefferson, and the greatest kicker of all time, Mason Crosby. Oh, I won.
All right, so for my money league, it's a 14-team league. It's a 14-team league.
Oh, so you got to keep that in mind when judging the talent of this team.
That is not what you want in a money league. However,
12 is the most.
Dude, yeah, I know. This is the first time I'm ever playing with 14. I'm very happy with this team. So QB, I got Carson Wentz. As long as he doesn't get hurt, that's a solid QB1. My 2 running backs, Derrick Henry and Joe Mixon. You can't.
Solid.
Yeah, more than happy with that. Wide receivers, it's a 3 wide receiver league. We got Tyler Lockett, Keenan Allen, and Tyler Boyd. I feel like Tyler Boyd he's fine. He's going to be a solid 3rd wide receiver. Like, that's not horrible.
Right.
Tight end is Evan Ingram. More than happy with that. My flex is Marlon Mack. I mean, I feel like Marlon Mack's going to have an underrated this year. And then defense, I got Broncos and Jason Myers. But for a 14-team
Von Miller just went down, dude.
Dude,
your running backs are solid. Who are your backup running backs?
Matt Breida and Cam Akers.
All right.
And then I got Alexander.
Plus you got a receiver.
I'm basically storing Alexander Mattison on every single league that I have besides the one I just traded him in, just in case Dalvin Cook gets hurt. Because if Dalvin Cook gets hurt, Mattison's my RB1 like right away in every league.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know if they're going to run as much without Stefanski's offense, but I'm sure they're still going to run a lot.
I think that we're going to see a lot of similarities. And then let me quickly go through probably my best draft I've ever had. This is a different league. So
Uh,
Wentz again is my quarterback. I got Chubb and Aaron Jones as my two running backs. My
oh, mama.
flex is also Joe Mixon. So yeah, and then my wide receivers are Tyler Lockett and Keenan Allen. Tight ends Noah Fant. And then I got Kenny Galladay on the bench, Terry McLaurin on the bench, Tyler Boyd on the bench, Kerryon Johnson on the bench, Tariq Cohen on the bench, Henry Ruggs and Mike Gesicki also filling out that team. Best draft I've ever had.
Is this like a 4-team league?
It's 10 teams. Dude,
10?
Dude, there's some like I was looking at some picks and I was like, "Oh, these people have never played fantasy before." It seemed like.
Are you playing fantasy football with people with disabilities?
Dude, I might be.
Of the brain.
I might be. And
Yikes!
Then out of all the leagues that I had my least my worst draft this year, it was the ESPN that we're both in. Without a doubt, worst draft I've probably had ever. Trade for Christian McCaffrey though, so I'm fine.
Which one? The ESPN one. Okay.
Yeah. Trade for Christian McCaffrey though. Very happy about it. I gave up a lot.
I saw that trade. I was like, "What the frick,
dude?
Dude, if McCaffrey gets hurt, you're boned."
Yep. Yes, I am. No. But yeah, I mean,
the person I'm playing in the ESPN league has Patrick Mahomes. I got Deshaun Watson, and I'm up 0.4 points on him already. So it's freaking over.
Neither of them had like a great fan. I mean, both 20 points, which is fine, but like neither.
But you know how early he had to get Mahomes, and I just got Watson like mid rounds.
What, like 5th or 6th?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, wait, which league is this?
The ESPN league we're in.
Okay, so you're facing who?
The Mixon administration.
Yeah.
Oh, real clever.
I'm in 3 drafts with him. So he did the same exact thing in our Yahoo league. He took Mahomes with his 2nd pick and Mixon with his right. Dude, way too early. And
Why?
then
Why?
I'm in a 3rd league with him, and then and then 2 of our other buddies that are in the other 2 leagues with us.
Mm-hmm.
Our other buddy who had, I think, the 9th or the 10th pick, and the guy who took Mahomes had the 9th pick. My other buddy, he took Mahomes right in front of him, and he was so mad about it. But like, dude, taking Mahomes with your 2nd pick, that's risky. I don't like it. I don't take.
He's around like late 3rd round, like 4th round is when I would like think about taking Mahomes. But even then, I'd probably wouldn't even entertain it.
That league, the league that I was just talking about, that is the highest I've ever taken a quarterback. I think I took Russell Wilson in the 5th or 6th, and at that point, that's a good value for Russell Wilson. But
yeah, for 2 of my leagues, I waited a while for Aaron Rodgers, like 7th round, and even then that was probably a stretch. But I just wanted to make sure I had him. And then I took Watson. I can't even remember, maybe 6th round, maybe 5th or 6th round.
Yeah, I mean, like Rodgers was getting to like round 7 or 8 for me at least. Oh, Discord disconnected again for me.
Where'd he go?
For some reason, Discord just keeps disconnecting for me. But
Discord, more like Discord neck.
Nice.
Discord neck did.
Nice, proud of you. But no, yeah, I mean, like.
All right, nice.
Dude.
Your camera looks more crisp now, though. That's good.
Really good. I mean, but like taking quarterbacks, what is going on with Discord today? Dude, I don't know what's going on with Discord today.
Oh man, this is fun.
Is it? I'm not having fun.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where they try to jump off of the Flying Dutchman's boat, but then they just keep landing right back, and then the Flying Dutchman's like, "Welcome back."
And then they go into the department store.
The perfume department. Oh man, so stupid.
But no, I mean, fantasy.
What are we talking about?
Fantasy was weird this year, just because, like, I mean, there's a lot like running backs this year. Beside your top 3, you don't know what you're getting. I mean, you know, with guys like Kamara, Chubb, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, like, you know, you're getting a good.
Even Kamara, you don't know.
I mean, Kamara was
a contract.
Kamara dropped in all of my leagues. But like besides that, like, I was not taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire with my 1st round pick. that was not something I was doing. I mean, I think everybody
With
like
a Chiefs offense with so many weapons, especially when he's a rookie that's like unproven. It's like that's pretty risky.
yeah, and I mean, I feel like everybody's gonna have an egg on their face now, after kind of what we saw, and I feel like that same production's just gonna keep up, just because the Chiefs have always relied on their
Mhm.
pass catching running backs, but man, like I just can't do it. Like I took Cam Akers a few times in like the third or fourth round, and I'm like, I don't know if I should be doing this or not, but
I took Jonathan Taylor once just because the Colts O line's so good,
like
but
Jonathan Taylor, like at a fourth or fifth round pick, that's pretty decent value, even though Marlon Mack is still there,
Mhm.
and I know they have Naheem Hines, like
and
kind of,
Naheem Hines.
yeah, like
Yeah.
somewhere around there, but that's a fine pick. But I was not taking Clyde Edwards-Helaire with my first or second round pick.
Yeah, the Chiefs offense just has so many weapons, you never know.
Yeah. But no, I mean, fantasy was weird this year.
This whole season just feels a little off for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, like booing equality.
That's not the part you were supposed to boo, you guys.
Like I would have understood if the PA if they did that before the PA announcer had been like, "Hey, we're doing this for equality," and then been like, "Oh, why is my team like locking arms with the other team?" I would have understood booing that, but I'm pretty sure
Even
that
then, it's like
I'm pretty sure they announced it, and it's just like, what are you guys doing? This wasn't even during the national anthem.
I don't even. That's what I'm saying. It's like if you're gonna be mad about the anthem, then boo then. But this had nothing to do with the anthem,
No.
so I'm not. What?
Kansas City at its finest.
Chiefs fans say they're the best fans.
Have you ever been
Ridiculous.
to Kansas City?
I haven't. I don't think I've ever left Ohio except for maybe like 2 times.
I would never go to Kansas City again. It was I mean, unless I was going for a Browns game, but I've already been there for a Royals and Indians game. There's nothing
Mhm.
there. I mean, good barbecue for sure. Good barbecue. Good World War One museum. That's about it. There's nothing in that city.
So if I need some ribs or want to see a cool vintage bullet shell casing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head down to Kansas City.
Yep. They master in that,
Nice.
so that's hey, look out for that. But I don't know. All right, Josh, you want? Or, I just called you Josh. I don't know why. I was reading something on my notes here, and I just called you Josh. So, Matt, you want to hear some fun stats?
Who's Matt?
Stop it.
Okay, yeah, stats. Let me hear it.
What do you want? Do you want basketball or football first? Well, one of these isn't a
Football.
stat. It's more of a discussion. But all right, we'll go football first. All right, Matt.
What?
We'll go football though. All right, so there's only 2 QBs who have ever beaten Tom Brady and Foxborough in the playoffs. Can you name them?
Mm-hmm. Mark Sanchez.
Okay.
Foxborough. Flacco?
Yep, Joe Flacco. So I was looking at that a little
Boom.
bit.
Elite and butt fumble, baby.
I was looking at that. 1, the Mark Sanchez era was such a weird era. 2, the Joe Flacco era was such a weird era. But no, I mean, you look at Joe Flacco's games. He's beaten Tom Brady twice in Foxborough in the playoffs. He could be 4-0. The 2014 playoffs, they lost by 4 points. Okay, you lose games, everybody's sad. You win games, everybody's happy. So that's kind of where we're at some points. Wise words of Romeo Cornell.
Relatable. Right.
But I was looking at the other game that they lost in 2012 AFC Championship.
The Cundiff one?
2012 AFC Championship. First, Lee Evans drops a perfect touchdown pass in the end zone with 23 seconds left.
Lee Evans, a Baltimore Raven. That's fun.
Which would have given them a 3-point lead, depending on Billy Cundiff making the extra point, which would have been a 4-point lead. But they're down 3.
It's up in the air. I don't know.
They're down 3. And then Billy Cundiff just shanks the crap out of the ball, and they lose by 3 points. Joe Flacco, in 2 games combined, has lost by 1 touchdown to the Patriots. He could be 4-0 in Foxborough against Tom Brady, and that is a cool stat.
I just like how the Browns saw Cundiff do that, and then they're like,
Hey,
I see something in
get
this
this
guy.
guy on this team. Yeah, I would have taken.
He won't do that with us.
I remember the Browns at one point signed a soccer player that was doing like trick shot kicking videos on YouTube, like hitting the goalpost and everything. And they're just like, we got nothing to lose here.
Dude Perfect got a practice squad opportunity. You hate to see it, dude.
All right. So here's the other. Well, I was looking at stats for this one. So here's for basketball. So
All right, what do we got? What do we got?
little backstory here. I was watching a lot of Inside the NBA on TNT for like YouTube clips and everything because one, they're great, and two, that's like nothing but my recommendations is that and old Big Brother clips. But I was watching one of their videos. It was about like 6 or 7 months ago, and they were talking about the all-decade team for the NBA. And it's like, all right, so for your forwards, you of course got LeBron and Durant. That's a no-brainer. Your point guards, it's a little bit more fuzzier. You got Steph, you got Curry, you got Harden, you got Chris Paul.
You said Steph, you got Curry.
You got Steph. You got Steph, you got Russell. Yeah, you got Steph, you got Russell Westbrook, Harden, and Chris Paul. And I can't think of really anybody else who kind of deserves to be in that conversation.
Dame Dollar. You gonna put Dame Dollar in the mix?
Damian Lillard. That's kind of that was kind of my pick, like the underdog out of all of those. So like those are all debatable, but they make sense. And then they came to the center, and it's like, who has been a good center this past decade? You got to think. Well, Dwight Howard's rise was like at the beginning of the decade, is even before it. Paul Gasol kind of retired.
He was already done by like 14.
Right. Paul Gasol retired. Anthony Davis isn't a center. So Matt, who is your all center?
Yeah, he's more of a forward.
Who's your all center decade? Or your all decade center?
Hey, I got you. Is Boogie Cousins a center? Would we consider Boogie Cousins a center?
Cousins a center. That's a good pick.
I'm trying to think of anyone else. Hassan Whiteside? No.
You want to? Here's my pick. I feel like the more you look at it, has this guy had a superstar career? No. But Marc Gasol has done nothing but play consistently good center for the past decade. He's a 3-time All-Star. He's a 2-time All-NBA player, All-Defensive Team, Defensive Player of the Year, shot 48% from the field, 7 rebounds per game, 8 rebounds per 36, 3 assists per game, 3.8 per 36, and 1.59 blocks per 36. I can't think of a guy that kind of deserves all.
NBA champion.
And NBA champion. I don't really think of a guy that deserves it more than Marc Gasol. He's played nothing but consistently good center his entire career.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anyone else. I mean,
Boogie's a good one. I didn't even think about Boogie though.
But Boogie was never on a good team, so who else was going to score for the Kings?
Do you consider Serge Ibaka a center, or is he a forward?
I think he's a power forward.
And even then, like, I don't know if...
I'm trying to think. Brooke Lopez? We give Brooke Lopez some love.
The Lopez brothers have played decently, yeah.
I'm not talking about Robin. Robin's trash. I'll take Brooke.
Okay.
He was a Laker for a year. That was fun. I'm trying to think of anyone else. Tyson Chandler? Washed up Tyson Chandler?
Blake Griffin.
Won Defensive Player of the Year one year in the 2010s.
Blake Griffin was more of a power forward.
DeAndre Jordan?
No.
He's not that
not
good.
Not at all. Andre Drummond?
Karl Anthony Towns was only there for half a decade.
Absolutely not.
Oh, not a Towns fan?
Absolutely not. That is the softest dude in the league.
Oof. Dang, what's with the slander of Karl Anthony Towns, man?
No, I think Gasol has the advantage because he's played the entire decade, and he's played good the entire decade. I mean, Boogie's missed with injuries, and I don't think he played the entire decade.
Right.
Who else? I mean, Drummond, I don't think he's played the entire decade, and he has been up and down his entire career. So yeah, that is my pick for
Tristan Thompson. Greg Oden played one year with the Heat in the 2010s. He played like 4 games.
Lamar
Where's
Odom
Greg Oden
or Greg
in the
Oden?
mix?
Greg Oden. He's
Yeah,
there.
come on.
He's there. When did
He's in the top 500.
When did Yao Ming retire?
Did he even make it to the 2010s? I don't even think he did.
He retired 2011. I know he's.
Would Amari Stoudemire be in the conversation, or is he a power forward? Even if he was a center, would he be in the conversation?
Dude, like Prime Amari was a good player. Prime Amari with the Suns. I mean, that's a good. I still wouldn't put him there because that was
center.
That was like what 2010 to 2012 was kind of his peak, and
yeah,
he flamed out when he went to New York.
Al Horford, are we going to consider him a center?
Absolutely not. I don't even care if he was the best center of all time. I don't like Al Horford. Al Horford sucks.
Rudy COVID Gobert.
Again, he hasn't played the entire decade.
Yeah, you got Jokic and Embiid, the same thing. I think Marc Gasol or Boogie Cousins is probably the best one.
Yeah.
Centers are going extinct, man. This is scary.
What do you think that is? Do you think it's because they're starting to look for guys who are starting to hit threes more, or it's just such a grueling position?
I think just to spread the floor more. Because there's so many more big men that have a mid-range, even just a mid-range shot.
You think
so like freaking Dwight Howard, that's why he's not playing in the Rockets series. Like, who's Dwight Howard going to guard?
Right. Yeah. So you think they want to spread the floor more, or do you think they want to go like more like 2 guards and 3 forwards on the floor? I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but like Jokic
it's
is
just
like,
versatility.
Jokic and Embiid are like the only guys who I can kind of consider true centers in this league right now, besides Marc Gasol.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Stop it. That are good. I'm sorry. That are
I don't
good.
get it, man.
That are good.
What about Bam Adebayo?
No.
A true center?
I don't know. No. I mean.
All right, fine. Frick. Man.
All right. So, I have a question for you here, Matt. I have one you need to ponder on a little bit. Take your time. Take your time.
I need a Christian ponder this. Gotcha.
You have 30 minutes to hide a USB drive in your house. Your house will be then raided by the police, detective, and some FBI agents, all searching for the USB. Where do you hide it so that it won't be found?
Can't put it in my butt?
No.
Is that off the table?
I feel like they searched that.
All right, fine. Dang it. All right, note to self. Change USB location.
That was your first...
Dude, when you're telling me to hide something, it's like USB. That could fit. That can fit in there. All right, what do we got?
Yeah, duh. But at the same time, that's not going to be my first go-to.
That's where my mind went to. Frick, trying to move on from the butt in the USB in the butt. Let's see. Where could you put it?
So this is from Reddit. So there's some pre-answers here. Do you want some for some inspiration?
Absolutely.
Right. So one guy said, heat up the bottom of one of my candle jars until I can slip the wax out. Hollow out a space inside of it, put it back in, and put the whole thing back in the jar.
What the frick?
That's a good one.
That's nifty. That's nifty.
Here's another one. Inside the handle on my oven door. The screw loosens on one side and fell down. When I went to fix it, I noticed it was hollow. You could probably fit 15 in there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that
one a lot.
Yeah.
So
what you're looking for is like crevices and places to hide things where it's like they can move the object, but they're not going to see the USB on or in the object because they're not going to think to look in or on it. All right. I'm looking at a fan right now. I could tape it on the opposite end of one of the fan blades.
You don't think
it's probably not good? You can probably still see it. All right, guy. Listen, I'm not a wanted criminal, and my first thing was to put it in my butt. I don't know what you're expecting for me here.
Yeah, so I don't know what I expect out of you. So I kind of looked around my house, and I have 2 ideas.
Mm-hmm.
One.
Lay it on me.
One is the floating ball in the toilet tank. You cut that out, you put the USB in there, and then you reseal it back together.
I don't want to cut out parts of my toilet, dog. I don't know if
Well, it's
that
just
seems
like
a little fishy.
you open up the tank and there's the ball there.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. What are they
I
gonna
don't
do?
know.
Seize your toilet?
Would they? I don't know. I don't know how these things work, man. What else? What's the second one you got? I don't like that one.
So the second one that I got, I just got a third one. The second one that I got would be, I don't know about the third one. The second one I got would be unscrewing one of the outlets on my wall and not putting it on the inside of the outlet, but putting it right above. Like if you were the wall,
Oh yeah.
yeah, putting it right above the outlet and taping it there.
Yeah, I'm not. I think you can get away with that one.
Maybe hide some drugs in there.
It's like I thought because I watched. I remember Breaking Bad. I remember when he hid the rice in. He put it.
Oh yeah,
He
he
taped
hid
the
the
rice
rice
in on
in
the
it.
inside of it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. But I'm like, USB, it might be too thick for that. But
Well,
if you
I'm
tape
not
it
saying,
above, yeah, that might work.
tape it above. Yeah, I didn't even think.
Yeah.
I forgot about Breaking Bad doing that. So the third one I'm thinking here is I'm looking at my fireplace, and we start a fire.
Oh boy.
I put it in the ash under the fire. What are they going to do? Reach their hand inside of there while the fire's going on in a hot ash?
I mean, they could turn the fire off. They could just get the fire off. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
they got gloves on, right, for this kind of stuff. I don't know.
If they have fireproof gloves, man.
Would they even bother?
Maybe I just get
I got
pile.
it.
Maybe
All
I
right,
just get
I'm
a
gonna
pile
put it.
pile of USBs and just mix them all up.
It's like you're gonna have to try all of them. All right, I got a breakthrough. I need a pen. I don't have a pen on me. I was gonna put it in this box, and then I was gonna write,
Do not open till Christmas.
Matt's diary. Please do not look. And do they want to look through my diary? Like, come on, they gotta have boundaries. That's my private thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like
What would authorities want with my private
I
thoughts?
feel like hiding in plain sight.
I think that's genius.
I feel like hiding in plain sight kind of might be the go-to here, because like if they're checking your house, they're going through it. Like these, like they're checking vents.
Yeah, they're ripping it apart.
They're seizing they're seizing electronics. Like I saw one person say, "Hey, I'm just gonna solder this USB to my like motherboard or something inside my computer." Okay, but
That would work, honestly.
yeah,
But they're gonna seize the laptop, though.
if someone seizes it, yeah, and they look at it, they're gonna be like, well, "That's not supposed to be there." Like
I think they're experts.
I can look at my motherboard right now and someone solder a USB. I'm like, that's not right. There's something there.
All right, I got my Packers cheese head. I can cut a piece of the foam out, put the USB in there while still repping my Packers. That one, that's genius. Because no one's gonna think, oh man, he's a Packers fan. He's not gonna want to mess with his cheese head. And that's it.
Do you think they pop a balloon?
Pop a balloon?
Yeah. If like I went to like Dollar General really quickly and had them fill up a balloon with helium and had the USB inside of it.
Well, what color balloon? Some colors you'll see like the shadow of an object inside, man.
Yeah. No,
It's gotta be like a dark blue.
You want like one of those like hardcover balloons though, like
right
here.
Not transparent.
Right.
Oh, this dude just got balloons on display for examples.
It was my birthday. Like this one.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would work.
As long as they don't pop it, which I feel like they might, because balloons is a common way to transport
just to
drugs.
tick you off.
Yeah. No. Well,
is it? Dude, how do you know all this freaking stuff? I'm concerned.
I'm trying to this is tough. Like maybe I just take the bullet and like hollow out maybe some like speakers or something, and just have to buy some new ones.
I feel like they would check that though.
Would they? Like they're just speakers. They're computer speakers.
Yeah. All right, let's get a cop. Let's call 911 and ask them. No, not a good idea. All right, Frank.
So like, I thought about trying to put it inside of a football, but there's no way to get it in there and then realize that this isn't a football. Ooh, I got an idea.
Oh boy.
You
What do you got?
You empty a Nerf gun magazine and put it in the Nerf gun magazine and then put it in the Nerf gun. They're not gonna check a Nerf gun. It's a Nerf gun. Right?
They checking? Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they would check a Nerf gun. I mean, as long as it's not visible, like it's got. Yeah, I think that might work.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I don't know, man. Should we call 911 and ask them?
I don't think that's a good idea. How about we? No, I feel like they would like shine like a flashlight and like a mirror under your fridge and like washing machines and all that. You drop it in the lint trap of your dryer.
I think they'd check that. I think they would check that.
I don't know. I feel like these guys search for drugs a lot, and I don't know where to hide drugs because I don't use drugs.
That's a lie. You freaking liar.
I apologize. I take a multivitamin. Sorry.
Yeah. Quit trying to freaking portray yourself as something you're not, my guy.
And sometimes when I can't sleep, I take 5 milligrams of melatonin.
You addict. I don't know, man. It's either cheesehead or butt for me. I'll be honest. Those are the only two options I'm going with.
You get chocolate.
Here comes another one.
You get chocolate milk. You put it in a very small saran wrap. You tape it up. You drop it in the chocolate milk.
No.
Why
These
not?
are getting worse.
Why not?
These are getting worse.
Are they gonna pour out your?
What if
milk?
one of? Listen, from all the TV shows I've seen of stereotypical cops, they are ones that enjoy donuts. And what goes good with donuts but chocolate milk?
Dude, chocolate
you don't
milk
think
doesn't
they're
go
gonna?
good with donuts? I'm sorry.
Does it? I don't know.
Regular milk
Like
is
sweet
good.
things, maybe the intern forgot the donuts and he's like, I'm raiding this place. I need something sweet. Have you seen Paul Blart Mall Cop? What if he has that? What's it called when you need sugar? What did he have? What is it called?
Diabetes?
Oh, it's like, or if he doesn't have a little bit of sugar soon, then he's just gonna pass out. There was a name for it. I gotta look it up.
Blood sugar?
There's a name for it, dude. It was in Paul Blart Mall Cop. Come on, I was hoping you would be into it.
Glucose? I don't know.
Paul
Blart medical condition.
Disease.
Hypoallergy or hypoglycemic. That's what it is.
Hypoglycemia. So the cop's gonna come in with some hypoglycemia. Intern didn't get donuts. He's gonna want to open up that chocolate milk, and he's gonna end up retrieving your USB, and you're gonna look like an idiot. Meanwhile, I'm over here clenching my cheeks with all my sealed documents, safe and sound.
How far would you go to just wrap your USB up in some bologna and throw it to your cat?
I thought you were gonna say how far up your butt would you go. I was like, what, should I try?
No. How many last ditch efforts until you wrap your thing up in like bologna and throw it to your cat?
Nah, I ain't getting my cat involved, dude. I ain't getting my cat involved.
I'll get my dog involved. You kidding me?
Poor Maple.
Dude,
she
swallows like 10 pieces of bologna at once if I threw one at her.
Dude, my cat would probably look at it like she eats like small pieces of chicken. I don't think I can get her to eat a USB.
My dog eats...
Maybe a micro SD card. Maybe.
My dog eats food with the same just viciousness and just lack of any sort of like self-care at all as I do with chicken wings.
Yeah, I mean, if you throw something down, he's like, must be edible. Let's go.
It's a she.
Dude,
I've had my
listen
dog.
here. If you're trying to cancel me over...
I've had my dog for 12 years, Matt.
listen, you named your dog Maple. Can you get him? If it was named Kevin or Melissa, I would immediately know the gender. But you named it after a dang tree. What do you want me to do here?
Named it after syrup. Thank you very much.
Oh, my apologies.
Mm-hmm.
Where does the syrup come from, guy?
From the ground. From Mrs. Buttersworth herself.
All right. Myth busted. Myth freaking busted.
All right, Matt. Talk to me about some. Talk to me about some NBA. What are you liking from the playoffs? After what's going on right now? So let's look at the playoff picture. What do we got here? So Raptors and Celtics are starting right now, I think. Can I get like a bracket? Like, why is it so hard to find like a playoff bracket?
You Googled NBA playoff bracket. That might help you in your endeavor.
Shut up, Matt. All right, so right now,
wouldn't you try that?
The Lakers are up 3-1 on Houston. Looks like the Clippers are going to hold on and beat the Nuggets. Oh, nope. Nuggets are up 102-96 here in the fourth quarter with 2.5 minutes left.
Hey, look at the Nuggies staying around.
And then Miami upset Milwaukee 4-1. And then Celtics and Toronto are just starting Game 7. So, what are you liking from basketball? What's surprising you? Obviously, besides the Heat. What are you liking here?
Yeah, the Heat, freaking shocking everyone. I thought the Pacers were gonna take down the Heat, and they got swept. The frick was that trash? I didn't. To be fair, I didn't realize Domantas Sabonis was out, and I didn't factor that in. Had I known, I probably would have gave it to the Heat in 7. I gave it to the Pacers in 7, but whatever. So Heat beat the Pacers. That's not too shocking. Beat the Bucks in 5. They very easily could have done it in 4.
Yep.
It just seems like if as long as you contain Giannis, that team just crumbles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, besides Chris Middleton, but
Bledsoe's not really a scoring threat. No. He more or less spreads the floor more.
They need to get rid of him. They need.
Is he expensive? Is he worth? I mean, if he's cheap, I'd keep him. But if he's expensive, which I think he has a solid contract,
he might be a good 6 man. Let's see. Bledsoe signed a 4-year, $70 million contract. So $15 million.
Let Malcolm Brogdon go, and that was a big piece, man. Yeah. They would look a lot better if they still had him.
I think Chris Paul is going to be their number 1 target this offseason.
That would be a really good fit for them.
I don't know how many years Chris Paul has left, but he seems to just keep adding them to his career. I mean, people, everybody talks about how good LeBron James is in year 17 of his career, and Chris Paul is just still doing the same things that he was doing 10 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, he's production. He's the definition of production, and just being a good teammate and a little annoying to play against him.
Yeah.
Who?
Russell Westbrook is also the definition.
Did you say? I didn't hear you.
Russell Westbrook.
A good teammate. I used to be such a big Westbrook fan.
Me too, dude.
These last few years, holy cow.
He's not been good.
I just love the energy he played with, and now it's just develop a jumper, my dude. Stop shooting threes.
Yeah.
Picks me off now.
But so
I don't think the Lakers will have a problem getting through the Rockets, though.
No. I mean, so it's going to be
Clippers are another story.
Yeah, LA and Clippers. I mean, that's what kind of everybody predicted. What do you see there? Because I don't see the Clippers winning. They've struggled too much.
I don't see the Lakers winning.
I think the Clippers have just struggled way too much this playoffs to beat LeBron in a 7-game series. And Anthony Davis.
I don't think Paul George is very consistent.
Oh, we just lost Matt on his very
again.
Yep. We just lost
Take
Matt.
was so hot, he's like, I gotta go.
Oh, we just lost Matt on a very where are we at here?
Oh man.
There we go.
This is
Oh, we just have Matt disconnect now.
Bring the video back. Okay.
There we go.
Paul George is inconsistent, as is the connection for our video feeds.
Pandemic
Kawhi Leonard stable as frick. You got Montrezl Harrell. You got Sweet Lou Williams. Dude, I don't see the Lakers beating the Clippers in a 7-game series. I would say Clippers in 6 against the Lakers.
I say Lakers in 7. I don't see them beating. I don't see them beating LeBron and Anthony Davis, and of course playoff Rondo.
Dude, Rondo has looked solid since he's come back. He's looked solid this year. All right.
People laugh every single year, but playoff Rondo is a very real person.
Rondo was awful this whole regular season, though. He was god awful.
Who cares?
I know.
He was awful in games that don't matter. Well, games that matter, but not really matter. But
dude, Kobe always said he wanted Rondo as his point guard, and I feel like that would have worked so well.
Best distributor of the past decade.
Oh, really? What about Chris Paul?
I still think Rondo's better.
What about LeBron James?
Nope, Rondo. Now, if you say Kevin Love, then you might get me there. But those outlet passes, dude.
No, no. Wait, could we consider Kevin Love for? Are we going to consider him a center?
No, he's not a center. He's a power forward.
I feel like he played the center role with Minnesota.
Okay. Do you think he was good enough to be considered all-decade center then? Because he played in Minnesota.
For his time in Minnesota, but once he went to Cleveland, his numbers went.
He played 4 years in Minnesota for the 5 years, 6 years. Okay.
He was a rookie in 2008.
Yeah.
So he's got about the halfway point. LeBron came back in what, 2015?
2014.
14. Yeah, that year. That year Wiggins was a rookie because we traded him for K-Love.
And don't forget Anthony Bennett.
Oof. Oh.
Anthony, I was
such a weird draft class.
Anthony, I was drafted before Giannis Antetokounmpo Bennett.
Yeah, and we could have got CJ McCollum at least too. There's a solid pick too.
Yeah.
Steven Adams, if you want to go a big man.
Do you want to go with Steven Adams over those two?
Over Anthony Bennett, I mean, not Giannis and McCollum. I'm talking like if you want a big man, take Steven Adams. Don't take Anthony Bennett.
I need to look at that draft.
Right.
Anthony Bennett.
Well, who else was in that one?
Otto Porter.
Oh, Depot. Yeah.
Otto Porter. I'd still rather take Nerlens Noel. Kentavious Caldwell.
He's still in the league.
Trey Burke.
KCP. Yeah, solid player. Yeah, he's kind of turned it around.
Shabazz Muhammad.
No.
Shane Larkin.
He's out of the league.
Shane Larkin. Mason Plumlee.
Barry Larkin's son.
Mason Plumlee, Solomon Hill, Tim Hardaway. Boy,
just a bunch of
this draft.
Dude, this was a good draft if you needed some depth. But if you were looking for a star other than Giannis and McCollum, you're gonna keep looking. I guess Oladipo too.
Yeah, Oladipo's a star.
Well,
he was before his injury.
It's still too early to say he's not a star anymore, but he's kind of in purgatory right now.
What's Michael Carter-Williams up to? He's in Orlando.
Okay. Oh, he was so good. I think he won Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
And then just nothing.
Yep. Yes, he did.
Because it took Giannis like 3 years to develop to become the star he is now.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so as a Celtics fan, obviously, I hate going to 7, but I'm very happy that Miami won over Milwaukee. I don't care how hot Miami is playing. I would rather play Miami than Milwaukee. One, because of,
I agree.
Milwaukee's the better team. Even though they lost the playoff series, Milwaukee's the better team. Two, Chris Middleton turns into Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, and Ray Allen all at once against the Celtics every time he plays them. The guy, like, if Chris Middleton just played the Celtics, he would have about 8,000 threes a season. And that's not a misconception.
Let me just ask you, do you think the Celtics win tonight?
Yes.
Because obviously this is going to get uploaded by the time the game's over, but you think they'll take them down?
Yes. I don't.
I don't. Raptors got momentum, but it seems like the Raptors have exerted all their energy just to get to Game 7.
Lowry's
And I think the Celtics got a lot more.
Lowry's a good player, but I think he folds. And I mean, Pascal Siakam's due to have a good game this series. But I mean, you got to ride the hot wave, and I think Lowry's wave's about to die here, and Siakam hasn't had a good game at all. So
Siakam, he hasn't. I mean, he's supposed to be your main guy, and he's just. I mean, he hasn't really delivered this series, at least. You got Van Vliet. He can get hot, but he's kind of iffy by himself too.
I think Fred VanVleet's a fine player. I just would never trust him on my team. He is so.
I would like him more on the bench.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a 6-man. I would love him as a 6-man. As a starter, I don't know.
He reminds me
for a playoff team at least.
He reminds me of when Eddie House played for the Celtics. He was perfect for what he did, but if he asked anything more than what he could, then
Eddie House,
he folded.
Maybe it's just because I'm not up to my Eddie House lore, but I think I'm just thinking Van Vliet's better, but maybe I'm just not up to my Eddie House lore.
You should be. What about
why?
What about who's another Alonzo G?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Alonzo G.
Nuggets just made a free throw with 30 seconds left to go up by 7 against the Clippers.
Should probably get a game cast, so I'm in on this too.
I'm trying to find them all, but they're all buffering. So that's nice. What was that website you said?
Oh, this is unrelated. This is unrelated, but I'm gonna show this to you. Look at this great picture. It's Donald Trump and Grimace from the McDonald's commercials. What a find! It's Trump, Grimace.
Why do you have that?
Name a more iconic duo. I'll wait. Yeah. Just had to show that. That was great.
Aaron Rodgers and his team losing him in crucial playoff games.
I'm just gonna look at Trump and Grimace and act like I didn't hear that.
The problem is, it's true.
The guy won a Super Bowl and went to how many championship games? He went.
Don't hurt yourself counting.
3?
Yeah, and how many of those championship
I know 2
games,
at least.
How many of those championship
3
games and critical division playoff games did his team lose for him?
Listen, all right, let's just break down the 3 championship appearances. All right, 2014, Mr. Brandon Bostic decides he thinks he's a better catcher of an onside kick than Jordy Nelson and costs him the game. 2016, they got absolutely demolished by the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not going to make any excuses. And then the most recent one is the Niners, and they were just a way better team.
Not really. But
they should have won 2014. We should have had a Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers 2014 Super Bowl.
They should have won.
I don't care.
2014, they should have won this past year.
How about the 2015 divisional round game against the Cardinals where this man threw 2 bombs to Jeff Janis, only for a coin toss where the coin didn't even flip, so they had to reflip the coin, and then the Cardinals got it, and then Larry Fitzgerald decided to enter his prime for the second time.
Well, that's what
that game ticked me off.
That's what I'm saying, Matt, is his team loses him games.
2011, we were 15-1, and we lose to Eli Manning in the second round? Oh, that one ticks me off. All right.
Dude, that Eli Manning had the same disdain in your voice as when Soulja Boy said Drake. Eli,
dude, Eli took 2 Super Bowls from us. 2007 when Favre threw the pick to go against the undefeated Patriots. We could have seen a Favre Brady Super Bowl. And then in 2011 when the Packers were 15-1 and we decided to take a big deuce and just lose that game.
Do you remember in the AFC game or NFC Championship game when Brent Favre threw that interception in the back of the end zone?
What?
Wait,
back of the end zone? What?
Yeah, with the Vikings? Was that not a championship game?
Yeah. Oh, it was the championship game against the Saints.
Yeah,
but it wasn't in the back of the end zone. They were 10 yards away from field goal range, and this guy decides to throw across his body. When all they needed, I mean, they could have kicked a 56-yard field goal or just go to overtime. Oh my god!
Hey, you live
dude,
you live by the gunslinger, you die by the gunslinger.
Exactly. But holy frick, he ticked me off.
You know, I'm
Wish I could have been alive to enjoy the one Super Bowl he had.
you know, as a Celtics fan, yeah, I'm more happy as long as they win tonight, which is a big if, just because the Raptors are a much better team than what I did think they were. I will say that.
Okay. I thought you were going to say they're a better team than the Celtics, and I was going to be like, what?
No, I do not believe they are. But
Mm-mm.
as long as they win, I see them handling Miami very well.
I think I predicted Lakers Celtics coming into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be down. But I then again, I think that we can get through the Clippers.
No,
Just something as a Lakers fan I thought I'd never say.
Jaylen Brown and Jimmy Butler is going to be an awesome head-to-head matchup.
Oh, yeah.
And then who else they have there? Tyler Hero and Kemba going back and forth is going to be good. Do they have
Duncan Robinson can hit some threes.
Yeah, I mean,
bench.
Miami has a good
See
squad.
the bench player?
Miami has a good squad. I mean, they place it all on Jimmy Butler's back, but when they need it, he
didn't think Jimmy did him.
I mean, it's Jimmy Butler's always been a weird player to me. Like, I want to hate him, but at the same time, I want to love him. And I think I'm at the point where I want to love him. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's a solid player. Is it the whole Timberwolves situation that sours you to him?
I thought the Timberwolves situation was fine. I thought it was hilarious what he did. Where
I thought it was. There's some good memes in there.
The third stringers and just ran house on the first. And he was like, "Y'all need me." What an album.
I just kind of blocked out that Jimmy Butler was a Timberwolf. I just went from Bulls to Heat. That's kind of how I'm remembering him now.
That Jimmy Butler was a Sixer.
Oh, frick, he was.
Right.
That's where he was last year.
Yeah.
I wasn't even doing a thing. Like, I just didn't remember.
That is so far in the stratosphere because I'm like, all right, yeah, he was Bull, Timberwolf.
That was last year.
Yeah. Like, nobody remembers it whatsoever.
And just because the Sixers always just fall apart in the playoffs, whether it be due to injury or just play.
And, like, Jimmy Butler is probably the worst thing for that team. Like, when it comes to play style wise, he was just the absolute worst thing for that team to strive in.
It was just a weird fit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but you know, I think it's Celtics Lakers.
I hope. And then who's gonna win, Celtics or Lakers?
I think Celtics. Of course, I'm gonna say Celtics.
You just went over.
Lakers.
I just said who do you think would win, not who do you hope will win.
Nope,
because you're over here saying how you don't think freaking Kawhi and PG can take down them, but you're gonna be over here like, oh yeah, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum got this.
Yeah, why not?
Get the frick out of here.
Why not? I mean, Jaylen Brown and Brown and Kawhi Leonard are basically the same player. So.
What? I'm gonna give myself a concussion. What is that trash?
Well, Denver holds on for another game. Just tiring out the.
Oh heck yeah! I like it.
If Russell Westbrook drops 40 on the Lakers tomorrow and they have to go to a game 6, what are you feeling?
Listen, first of all, Russell Westbrook, in order to drop 40, has got to shoot like Kobe Bryant did in his final game against the Utah Jazz in order to get 40.
Okay, I'm not seeing any issues here.
Even if Westbrook somehow manages to get 40, let's just assume Westbrook has a vintage Russell Westbrook game, and fine. They're not gonna. It's 3-1. I understand the Golden State Warriors. I get it, but there's no freaking way. There's no freaking. Could you imagine the full circle meme
if
of LeBron?
If LeBron James loses a 3-1 series to Russell Westbrook, I will never stop for the rest of my life. I think LeBron James is without a doubt the best player to ever walk on this earth, but I will never stop talking about that for the rest of my life.
You got Russell Westbrook and James Harden, two people known for disappearing in the playoffs, and then they come back from down 3-1. Listen, I'm a Lakers fan. That's good stuff. I'd watch that 30 for 30.
Oh, that 30 for 30 would be great. It's called LeBron James commits triple homicide.
And just throughout the whole documentary, we reached out to LeBron James's team, but he was unavailable for comment. There ain't no way he would talk about that. be like, we're currently working on Space Jam 6, so I'm a little busy at the moment. Can't talk about that blown 3-1 lead.
All right, so.
Oh, okay.
Matt, next segment. Yeah.
What is it? Is it Trump and Grimace?
Previously on Big Brother.
This season sucks.
This season's
I'm
horrible.
just gonna say it. It's freaking boring. The feeds are boring. Nothing is redeemable about this season. There is zero power shift in this entire season. There hasn't been one time where the HOH went to another side of the house.
And
it's ticking me off.
And like early in the year in the feeds, Janelle and K-Star were talking like, where's all the all-stars at? And that is the problem with it. Like, I would be okay with it if they brought in people who weren't exactly all-stars but were entertaining. Like if they brought back guys like Donnie, more than fine with it. But they brought in Nicole.
One of the most boring winners in history.
Kevin, Bailey, Christmas.
Floated to third.
Who else?
Davon's entertaining.
But they bring in those 5 just boring people that, I'm going to be honest, I completely forgot about Kevin. I
completely forgot about Big Brother 11. I forgot about the whole series. It was just such a bad. Jordan won. That just wraps up Big Brother 11 for you. Jordan won.
You want to talk about a season that just had a poor winner? Season 9, that Adam guy. Do you remember that?
I refuse to watch it just because isn't he like in prison, or he's not in prison anymore? But he did do like a drug thing. Yeah.
But dude, I mean, there's no all stars. Like,
never seen it.
Like I think Cody's a fine person to bring back for all stars just because he's very successful in his season. Davon's an all star.
Enzo's solid.
Even though she's never really done anything in the game, she's a solid player, but she's an all star.
She's smart.
Danny.
I like Enzo and Tyler.
Enzo and Tyler. The meow, of course, and then Tyler. I mean, if Tyler would have won last year, he's in my top 5 players of all time.
He's still up there for like best players. I don't know now. He's literally trying to get himself out of the game.
Nicole, I mean, Nicole Anthony, like whatever. I guess she was America's favorite house guest last year. Who cares? She did nothing.
The whole season just sucked though.
Keisha, I really wish they would have kept her around because she was hilarious on Big Brother 10. I mean, Memphis is fine. Ian, he was carried his entire Big Brother reign, but that's whatever. I just wish they would have brought. If they would have brought entertaining people back, the season would have been so much better. Like people who actually wanted to play. Like if they would have done a season where it was nothing but first evicted household members, I would have been fine with that. Give me Jody.
We need some Jody. We need more Jody.
And Steve.
I'm not on the Steve train with you, man.
Oh, how did I forget? Right? How did I forget David? David might be the worst Big Brother player of all time.
He's not very smart.
No.
He's got an ally that wants to work with him so bad in Davon, and he just is trying everything to not have that ally. It baffles my mind. He's not a good competitor. He's not good socially. He doesn't bring anything to the table. And like I get he's a rookie among all-stars. Still, bro, like did you watch it?
Oh.
Did you watch even a couple of seasons? I feel like you would have been more knowledgeable than David is right now.
If they would have brought back David for next season, I would have been like, you know what, I hate returning house guests, but okay, whatever. He had 1 week in the house.
But it's not like he's even really a returning house guest because you're still gonna really get to know him. Because we really didn't get to know much about him last year.
And unfortunately, now we know too much about him.
I was thinking the same thing. Holy cow!
But no, I mean,
you were supposed to have Paul, but he said no. Josh was supposed to come back,
Thank
but
God.
I don't even know. Yeah, he's not that good. And who was the girl that played with Tyler that beat Tyler? She was supposed to rumored to be there too.
Yeah,
Casey. Yeah, she would have been solid.
Yeah, she would have been fine.
That's your name.
I enjoyed her. I mean, she was a comp beast. Like out of all the people who I think shouldn't have won, she was the most deserving of it. So
Like if Tyler wasn't gonna win, I'm fine with Casey winning.
Yeah,
I guess.
absolutely. Casey or Angela in that season, like they don't deserve the win, but if it was given to them, fine, whatever. That's great.
They should have brought Brett back.
Dude, Brent would
Would
have
have been
been
down
great.
for some Brett.
I would have been down for some Brent. Brent was hilarious. But no, I mean,
I just feel like they weren't even planning on doing All Stars, but then COVID hit, and then they're like, "Oh, okay, frick. I guess
right,
All Stars is the only way we're getting a Big Brother season right now."
right. But no, like I'm like, I mentioned last time I'm rewatching Big Brother 14, and I'm realizing
Ooh,
just
it's a good one.
how much Ian was carried through that season. Like when you think back to it, you're like, oh, well, Ian got out Mike Boogie, and Ian did this and that. Ian Ian was told straight from Mike Boogie what he wanted to do when he said, "Hey, evict Brittany or Shane if you win HOH." And then Ian's like, "Hey, Brittany and Shane, Mike Boogie said this," and then Shane put both Mike Boogie and Frank up, and Ian's like, "Oh, hey, I masterminded this guy's entire demise." It's like, no, you didn't, Ian. No, you didn't.
All you did was join an alliance, tell them the thing, you backstab Boogie by telling him the thing that they said, and then you just hid and made sure you shut your mouth, even though you were trying to blow up all your other alliances, and like Dan was the big person to be like, "No, I want to blow this kid's game up right now, but we just got to make sure we get Boogie out."
Right. And
He's a lucky guy.
And I understand that Ashley was an ally of Frank, but that was like his only other ally he could have relied on, and he evicted her the next. The very that was a double eviction. I just watched that. That was a double eviction. Very next house he has to go out. No, Ian got carried his entire game. He's like the only one I'm rooting for. Like him and Tyler, are like the only two people I'm rooting for now in this series in this season though, because everybody sucks.
Hey, who are you rooting for?
Ian or Tyler. I want Tyler to win.
What about Enzo, man?
Oh, how could I forget the meow meow? That's my guy.
Dude, I love listening to Enzo in the live feeds because he just talks like a stereotypical New Jersey guy. Bro, man, I don't know what we're gonna do, bro. But I don't know. It's a tough one, man.
Don't forget the yo.
This dude talks like a stereo. Yo, man.
Yo, man. Yo, she's still crying, yo. Everything.
Yo, it's day 2 and she's crying.
I mean,
I love it.
Like Enzo's put himself in a good spot to win. Honestly, like
dude, Enzo's the favorite right now.
He's getting comp wins. One, Enzo turned into a comp beast, which I never saw coming, but he's getting comp wins, and he's in an alliance where there's 4 other bigger targets than him.
He's won all these competitions. He's still not even close to anyone's like top 3 that they want to get out at the moment. And he's in the perfect position to win this thing.
And he's in a spot.
Especially with all the people going home right now. Like, it's over, man.
And he's in a spot where these alliances are about to turn on each other, yet he's still in good graces with both parts of the alliance. Like, once, like, Tyler and Ian kind of join forces and, like, Danny, Nicole, and Cody, like, all stick together, once those two break apart and whatever Memphis decides to do, which I honestly forget that guy's part of the season still, but Enzo's still in good faith with all of them. Like Enzo and Tyler are probably like the number 2, like the 2 guys who I think have the best chance to win right now. Because like Davon's
I would have said Tyler earlier, but this whole week, like Tyler's kind of blown his chances. It feels like this week.
What did he do?
I don't know. He might be in some trouble. He tried to give his game up.
Okay.
And I don't want to. Do you know who the newest HOH is?
Did they show? Oh no, I haven't watched the live feeds yet.
I don't want to give it away.
They just did their very first endurance comp of the year, finally. But
yeah, it's about dang time.
I just saw who.
Yeah, I don't know. If Tyler can survive these next 2 weeks, I think Tyler will be in a really good spot. But he's in some hot water right now.
Dude, I just looked at the Big Brother wiki. And it just told me who the new house guest or the new HOH is and the nominees. Like
Why would you do that, man?
I didn't even pay attention to it. Like I'm just looking at like the list of house guests. And, like I didn't even notice it until you said something, and I'm just like, oh, well, that I hate. I hate that. But I mean,
Danny's HOH.
Yeah.
And she's gonna be trying to backdoor Tyler this week. Damn. Does she have the votes? I don't know. but
All right,
he's gonna
so
try.
who would vote to keep Tyler? Davon would vote to keep him. Christmas would vote to keep him. Ian would vote to keep him, and I'm sure he could
I
swing.
think so.
I'm sure.
Kevin?
Who can?
I think Kevin would vote with Davon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So whoever, if they try and backdoor him, so either backdoor or they either take off Kevin or David. He has one vote there. I think Christmas votes with him. Davon votes with him. Ian votes with him, so that's 4. And I think that's majority. Yeah, so I think
I'm still up in the air if Ian would vote for him.
Of course he would. He's like the only he's the only person that I think he could work with to take out the rest of the house. Because Ian's on an island on his own right now.
Yeah, it's smart for him to gain an ally in Tyler, but I don't know what Ian's up to this year, man. He's not looking as good as I would like him to look.
You know, no.
This whole season sucks, bro.
This whole season.
I was so hyped, and just all the people I like are gone, except for Enzo.
God, it's a shame.
And I like Tyler.
Honestly, it's a shame.
I think Christmas is still in the house.
Dude, Christmas sucks.
Gosh dang it.
I
hate her. Does anyone like Christmas?
I want to talk about that fight that happened, but what I do want to say is, do you know Rachel Riley's pitch to be on the season?
What?
Rachel Riley's pitch.
She had a pitch to get on the.
Yep. Yeah, so she's very pregnant right now, but she was fine with being in the house.
Again?
Yeah, she's pregnant, and she's gonna deliver like within the next few months. But her pitch was in the house was like, hey, I want to still be here, but let my sister do all the competitions for me. Which Big Brother was like, absolutely not. But, dude, her sister, when you look back at that season, her sister was a good player. I really liked her sister.
I hated Alyssa, dude. The whole twist to start the season of Big Brother MVP was just to keep her in the house for a few weeks. Had it not been for that, she probably would have been gone week 1.
I didn't like her at the time, but her sister was a fine player. If they would have brought back both of the Russos, that would have been perfect.
I would have liked that, yeah.
Yeah, because what was it?
Vanessa's a legend, and Tiffany didn't really get a good shot.
She was an underrated player.
She had potential. It's just once they learned that Vanessa thing, that's when she was done.
But no, I'm looking. So that fight between Christmas, Bailey, and Davon, dumbest fight in Big Brother history.
I just kind of look. I mean, I was happy that something was happening, but I didn't really know like who am I supposed to be rooting for here? Like this just seems pointless.
So Bailey gets mad because she told Christmas, hey, I'm going to put Davon over everybody, including you, in the house. And then Christmas responds with, well, that's an alliance, so I'm going to put them up. What was Bailey thinking?
She's not the, I mean, she improved over last season.
She's not a good player. Stop it right now. She is not a good player.
No, I'm just saying she improved from Big Brother 20 to now.
Don't give her any
because
credit.
she couldn't control her temper the first time. And this time she better control her temper up until that fight. She didn't even really blow her top that bad.
No, but
that's all I'm saying. I wouldn't call her a good player though.
The problem with Davon and Bailey is that they shoo away any sort of alliance, the opportunity that comes to them whatsoever. Like every single person has ever come to them being like, hey, I want to work with you. They shoo them away. What does she do when Tyler gives her
same thing that happened with Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler gives her a gift of both of them staying in the house. Both of them, when one of them should be gone. And they're like, well, one, it's not genuine. Why would he ever do that? It's like, who cares?
Let's throw him under the bus now.
Oh my God,
I don't get it.
She is such a bad player. She didn't deserve to be on her first season, let alone All Stars. We could have Keisha right now. Or Janelle.
Oh, we could have had another Keisha's birthday incident.
That is
Dude, Kaser's exit was great though.
That was a good speech. And,
just call him. I love it.
And Danny calling him, what was it, like, just disrespectful, and what was it, disrespectful, and what else is like, it was like, shut up.
Meanwhile, she got caught on the feeds laughing at Memphis making fun of Ian's autism, but that was disrespectful.
Tasteless. That was the other one. Tasteless. Yeah. She's probably,
And there's nothing more tasteful than making fun of a mental illness over here.
she turned. I really liked her coming into the season, and she has turned into. I don't like her. I almost hate her as much as I hate Nicole.
I wouldn't go that far. Nicole is one of my least favorite house guests.
Ever?
Just how I hate her so much, dude.
Who is your least favorite house guest?
Just the way she carries herself, man.
Paul.
Least favorite house guest.
Paul is up there.
Paul?
Mm-hmm.
You don't like Paul?
Mm-mm.
I loved him in Big Brother 18.
Rockstar's up there.
I don't hate Rockstar that bad.
I hated Rockstar. Scotty's up there.
Scotty's an idiot.
I'm trying to think who else.
Trying to go way back.
What's embarrassing? What's her name from Keisha's birthday? New Orleans, the darling from New Orleans.
Rennie?
Rennie. Hated Rennie.
You hated Rennie?
I couldn't stand Rennie.
Dude, when she was fighting with Jerry, and she's like, "Stop putting fingers in people's faces. It's disrespectful," or she yelled something.
Honestly,
it's inappropriate. That's what she yelled. I freaking love Rennie.
Oh, dude, that was such
Big
a
Brother
good
10
season.
might be the best season.
It really
might be the best season.
Like 6, 7, 10, 14.
14's up there. 20 was good, but
20 was good. The problem with like everything after Big Brother was 16 was they got like a bunch of influencers and people who like, I don't want to say are fake people.
Didn't know the game.
But they're just not.
Didn't know the game.
They didn't know the game, and they're not like real, just genuine, every single day people. They're all a bunch of influencers. Like, we will never get anything like Big Brother.
Not trying to win the game.
Yeah.
We're trying to gain freaking followers.
Yeah, like
I hate it, dude.
We're never gonna get Keisha's birthday ever again, and that is so disappointing.
And the good thing about Big Brother 10 was like that happened, and there was no. What was the big twist in Big Brother 10? Because every season seems to be ruined by all these freaking twists that just kind of interfere with the natural gameplay. Like, what was the twist of Big Brother 10?
That wasn't.
But Dan for being America's player for a week.
I was about to say, like, it wasn't the Diamond Veto, because I think that was like Big Brother 12 or something.
Yeah, that was 12 with Matt.
Yeah, I don't.
There was no twists, dude.
Dude, that is my favorite part of Big Brother is no twist. Like they've done a pretty good job this season, with the exception of the, what's it called, that new power up crap or whatever that they just released. Like they've done a pretty good job with no twist.
The additional competition. Just bring back the food competitions as your additional competition instead of bringing in another power to play to fill the air times.
Like the safety suite.
Just bring back the food comps.
I don't hate the safety suite. It's not my favorite, but
it wasn't too intrusive.
No.
I don't know.
But I hate these powers.
I would just seems like it's more of a way for production to control the game, which I don't know. Less control they have and just the natural gameplay, let it play out.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, the better the seasons are.
You know, I'm trying to think of the twist from Big Brother 10. I don't think they had one. Like, was Pandora's
They
box
had Dan as America's player for a week,
right,
where he did like silly things like hug Jesse for this long, and then he cast the vote for Jesse.
Yeah, was that the one where he's like, you know, mocking like the emotions of was he doing that? No, that was Big Brother's. Wait, who's the one who's copying?
It was Big Brother 8 with Evil Dick, and that was Eric Stein.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah,
that was funny.
And
dude.
Evil Dick was like throwing cereal in his face and everything. That was a good twist.
Oh, man.
Being America's player, like not playing for, that was a good twist. I liked that twist. Because like
they should have brought back Eric Stein to play as himself for All Stars, because he didn't even get like an actual shot at it because he couldn't play the game the way he wanted to.
And he did good considering the environment the situation that he was in.
Yeah, America just wanted to move Evil Dick forward.
You know who I'd like to see? Matt from Big
Which wouldn't happen now.
Matt from Big Brother 12. He was an underrated player and an underrated villain.
lying about his wife having
Yeah.
some awful disease.
I'm all about the lies, dude. Like, give them.
Dude,
To
I
me.
just love the awkward revealing of it that he would have to the people in the jury house.
Mm-hmm.
And they would be like so disgusted, and he's like, so
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't have like any real effect on him.
Yeah, like you know, he was really close with Brittany and Reagan, and they were just both so disappointed in him. I know Kathy, I think Kathy was her name, and she like actually had to go through
Yeah.
like you know, I think she went through cancer or something. So of course she was understandably upset about him. And Brendan, I don't think
Yeah.
Brendan could comprehend what was going on. And then you know, of course Rachel is whatever. So
My God, Matt, why would you do that?
one of my favorite parts from that season is when Matt had the diamond power veto and like for no reason whatsoever he just called Brendan like, well, Brendan, you big dummy, this won't work. It's like, well, that wasn't necessary. It was hilarious, but it wasn't necessary.
Brendan was just like, okay.
Oh,
that season was underrated too. That was a pretty
that
enjoyable
was a good
season.
Yeah. Like Brittany Haynes carried like the live feeds and everything.
She's probably the funniest Big Brother contestant out of every Big Brother contestant.
Yeah, probably with the exception of Dan. Dan and Tyler. She's probably my favorite contestant.
She's up, dude. She's elite.
And Enzo, of course.
And Frank. And
stop it.
Oh.
I rewatching 14 has just made me appreciate how good Frank was at comps. Like that.
I wish I had two of these jokers. Oh, Frank is a clutch man.
That veto that he won during the double eviction, the entire house was against him.
I remember being so hyped for that. That was like my favorite moment.
So upset for that. Do you remember the double eviction? They were doing the same exact one, but I think it was either like season 13. It was with Jeff Lloyd or Jeff
Schroeder, yeah.
Jeff Schroeder. And he had like
I know what you're talking about.
I think they need to get like shoes out of like the balls and like,
clown shoes.
Yeah, he gets the clown shoes and he accidentally throws his out of the
out of the ball pit.
Dude.
Yeah, he choked it.
Oh man, dude, we're never gonna get those again. We're never gonna get those seasons again. It sucks.
I don't. These last few seasons have just been so disappointing.
Yeah, like
I think Big Brother 8, no, Big Brother 20 was good.
19.
Big Brother 20 and Big Brother 18. 19, was that the second time Paul was in the house?
Yeah, that was the guy that ate all the cereal all the time. Was that Matt? Was that his name? That's the only thing I remember from that season.
I hated him.
Is that he just ate cereal the entire time? Just that's like whenever.
Oh, he's quirky.
Yeah. You know.
Season sucked.
Season 18 sucked. Season 17.
I like season 18.
Season 17 was fine. That was the twin twist.
Mm-hmm.
That was another twist that I didn't mind.
I liked it.
Yeah, like that's.
I didn't like how they wanted to keep both of them instead of evicting one of them.
Yeah,
you idiots.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but like that's the one where that's a twist where that puts its own player at a disadvantage and the rest of the house at an advantage. I like that twist.
Right.
Season 16.
Uh-huh.
I
first half is really good. Second half is so boring.
So boring. Like Derek controlled that house to a point where
Devin Shepard saga in the beginning is amazing.
Yeah,
Once Devin leaves, season suffers.
Zach made that season good. 15 is just a train wreck of why I think they
little too much racism for my taste, but other than that,
just a tad. I think season 15 is the reason why they started going towards people who are like influencers and everything because they just couldn't have that again. That worked.
These people will behave.
That worked really well for season 21.
Yeesh.
Season 14 was good. Season 13, fine. Season 12 was good. Yeah.
11 forgettable, other than Russell. He's freaking out on everyone.
Season 10 was great. Season 9, nobody remembers besides like that duo twist at the very beginning. Season 8 was elite.
Never watched it.
With
Evil Dick's great.
And then of course you have All Stars, but I just wish we had better All Stars, dude. Like, and now I saw that Daniel Reyes, Janelle, who else? Derek, Dan. Who else? Who else said they would do it? They would do like an elite season. Rachel Riley said she would do it.
Legends.
A legend season.
Would Will Kirby come back?
Will said he would do
Dr.
it.
Will.
Will said they would if they did like a
Did he?
if they did like a like 8 to 12 player legend season, no twists or anything, he would come back. I mean,
I want to see that.
At that point, if you have Will, if you have Janelle, if you have Rachel Riley, you have Danielle Reyes, I'm sure Dan and Derek would hop on that opportunity right away. Like if you have
Vanessa in, gotta bring Vanessa in too.
Vanessa, sure.
Nicole Franzel, gotta get her back in the house for a fourth time.
Stop it right now. You do not put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Just throw Evil Dick in there for the memes. I don't think he's allowed on television anymore. It's 2020. That's not happening.
Dude, oh my God. If Evil Dick was on the live feeds today, the forums that would be going on in the Big Brother verse.
Oh, and I would love it.
Who else? What other legends could you bring back? McCrae.
This is Mike Boogie gets thrown into the house, and Dr. Will is absolutely terrified for his safety.
Yeah.
That's a bad look.
I don't think Mike Boogie's ever going to be invited back to Big Brother. Which is fine. She sucked. If they brought back Jun's son, I think what's her name? Jun's son?
June
son?
Yeah, June.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be an awesome.
We're gonna bring back Hayden. Hayden was a good winner.
Oh, Hayden. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of who was season 16 Nicole's like first crush? His name was Hayden, right?
Yeah, it was Hayden. Yeah, I'm not thinking of that Hayden. The good Hayden with the brigade.
Yeah, the brigade. Yeah. How about you bring back all the alliances? You bring back the brigade. You bring back the Quack Pack. You bring back the Jeff and Jordan
Bomb Squad.
Jeff and Jordan, Rachel and Brendan alliance. I know. The Detonators. You bring back all those. That would be a good season.
Chilltown.
Stop it.
You can't bring back Chilltown.
Oh, that'd be a really good season.
Just Will by himself.
I'd still put him in favor to win.
Wait, what was Dan and Memphis's called?
Not the Hitman, not the
Renegades.
The Renegades. Renegades.
The Renegades.
But you can't have the Renegades and the Quack Pack, and I'd rather see the Quack Pack. I think.
Because you get Brittany. Yeah,
you get Brittany. Although I'm pretty sure.
But you get Shane and Danielle.
I'm pretty sure Danielle's probably not allowed around Big Brother anymore either, and probably Shane has a restraining order against.
I'm pretty sure. I think Janelle and Danielle would actually throw hands. They hated each other.
I don't understand it. Yeah, like the first few seasons, like the first few weeks, they got along so well, and then like you watch the live feeds and you watch them talk about each other at the after the season, and it's just like, holy cow! Like you people legitimately hate each other.
Just the shot Janelle threw on finale night about Danielle was so good.
What else? The other one that really shocks me, because I didn't watch the live feeds as much, but for Big Brother 16, the amount that Derek and Donnie hated each other is shocking. But it was there. Like those two couldn't.
Because Donnie was onto him.
Yeah, he was onto him from the start. But they legitimately talked bad about each other.
Derek was so angry. And yeah, Donnie didn't even vote for Derek. I think he voted for Cody.
I think he did. And Joe Costa voted for Derek or for Cody because Derek was fake praying.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
I'm pretty sure Derek knew we didn't have that vote. He had literally everyone else. Bring back Frankie Grande.
Oh, I just saw an advertisement. Right. Stop it right now. I just processed what you said. You shut up. Shut up, Matt. Okay, quickly.
Man.
Could you imagine Gina Marie winning Big Brother in season 15? Like that just came across to me. If she didn't have that horrible jury speech and questionnaire and everything, and if she won, oh my God, that might have just canceled Big Brother completely.
Yeah, I don't know if I could have recovered from that one. Andy's annoying as frick after his win. Was a solid winner.
He was not
just annoying as frick now.
He was not a good winner whatsoever. He did nothing in that entire house.
Andy?
Yeah,
What do you mean? He was an expert floater. No one can
exactly.
float better than Andy.
Exactly. Well,
That doesn't make him a bad winner.
Victoria.
But she's not like strategic with her floating.
Was he strategic with his floating?
Dr. Will was a floater.
So was Dan.
Dr. Will was floating in Big Brother 2.
So was Dan.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Will.
Andy was a solid winner, and I'll
Will's
stand by that.
Dr. Will's the best floater. He never won a competition.
I want to respect Andy's game, but then he goes on Twitter and says because he's gay, and that's the reason why people don't think he's Dan, Derek, or Dr. Will. That's where he loses me.
Yeah.
Like, no. Like, you're a solid player, my dude, but stop. Just, no, you're not that good.
No. Do you have any interest at all in seeing Tenet in theaters? Because I'm seeing advertisements for it, and I have no interest whatsoever. It's the new Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, I know. I was interested to see it before all the COVID, but right now it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
I'll wait for it on Blu-ray.
What, it was shot in 70 millimeter? I don't even know of any movie theaters around here that film in 35 or 70 millimeter.
I think the Valley View Cinemark would show it properly.
Yeah, and there's the IMAX and what's it called?
I might try AMC.
Yeah.
IMAX and there's something else.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk a little football. What teams you like this year? What teams you hate?
Packers are going 16-0 and winning the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Who else do I like? I know I just uploaded my predictions video to YouTube this morning.
Ooh.
I should have a screenshot because I was doing this thing where I'm predicting every team's record.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm off by more than 2 games, and I gotta do a punishment for each one I get wrong. I'm doing the same thing for the NBA for all the things I get wrong.
You should let me cut your hair.
And dude, that's I don't think I'll get any prediction wrong that much.
Dude, I give you a nice cut.
I don't believe you. I think you could, but you won't.
Oh no, I would.
You could
if you
you would meme it up.
If you put that trust in me, I would legitimately I wouldn't be that crappy of a person. I would legitimately do my best.
I still don't believe you. I gotta look at a screenshot because I showed all the predictions. I mean, the Chiefs are obviously can obviously see the Chiefs coming back and just winning again.
5 years. I don't see anything else happening. All right, so I'll go off some teams.
You go.
Teams I absolutely hate this year. The Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't understand how any single person is picking this team to compete for the division, let alone compete for the wild card. I don't see anything happening with this team. That offense is horrible. I understand that defense almost carried that team to a playoff last year, but lightning doesn't strike twice. I don't think that defense is going to be as good as it was last year. And Big Ben is a 38-year-old fat homeless man that has Juju Smith-Schuster and Deontay Johnson as his targets, and James Conner, who has had a whole good 9 games his entire career. I don't like the Steelers.
And I can just tell you, I got the Steelers going 10-6 and making the playoffs as a 5 seed.
I have them going 7-10 or 7-9 this year.
That's not bad. I think Big Ben's still got a season left in him. Honestly,
I don't. That man is too fat and too slow and too old.
I know the Twitter video of him throwing. It isn't a good look.
You mean the one where he's soft tossing in a gym?
All right, what do you got the Browns going? All right, I want to hear the Browns. What do you got for the Browns?
10-6. Their schedule is very, very easy.
Well, you say 10. You said 10-6, right?
Yes, sir.
I agree. I say 10-6, and they got in the 6th seed.
I think they split with the Ravens this year. I think they beat the Bengals. I think they beat Washington. I think they beat the Cowboys. I think they beat the Colts. I think they split with the Steelers. I think they sweep the Bengals for sure. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Texans. They're going to lose against the Eagles. They should beat the Jags. I think they're going to lose against the Titans.
Yeah.
And then what are my other two losses? I think they beat the Giants. I think they beat the Jets. I think I actually had them losing to the Cowboys, which I could absolutely see. The Cowboys are going to be a good team this year,
Mm.
even with Dak Prescott at the helm.
Oh boy.
But no, I got the Browns going 10-6. I think it's very, very fair.
And I think whether or not Baker does well, it has little implications because if Baker just ends up being a total bust, Case Keenum is more than capable of taking this team to the playoffs with the weapons he has.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Case Keenum is a really good backup to have.
I don't see Baker Mayfield failing this at all this year. I
I
don't.
really hope he doesn't.
I don't.
I really hope he doesn't.
And if not, bring me Justin Fields.
I can't act like I can't see it though.
I legitimately don't. I think people are gonna. So I think for Baker Mayfield, his stat total this year is going to be 28 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. It's a lot of interceptions.
I think I had something like low 20s touchdowns and like around 15 interceptions, like you said.
It's a lot of interceptions.
I think the turnovers definitely come down.
But
compared to last year?
Yeah, compared to last year. 15 is a lot of interceptions, but I'm fine with it. Baker Mayfield is a gunslinger at heart. I don't care. Let the kid rock and roll. He's going to make some mistakes. He's going to put your team in some bad positions sometimes, but he's good enough to win you games by himself.
You got to go off his instinct. He has to go off of what do I think is the best play to make. I think he was way overthinking last year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my concern because he's learning his third offense in 3 years.
And
no, he's just got to get settled in, I think.
And I hate Chris Collinsworth and I hate PFF.
Here's a guy.
But I think Baker was the top-rated quarterback coming out of the play action for like the past 2 years, and that's basically all Stefanski's offense.
I think it's all there. I'm really hoping. I've gone through too many Browns quarterbacks to not act like something bad's not going to happen, but I still got hope.
Plus, I think Baker was going through a shoulder injury that no one knew when he suffered one from the Titans. I'm like 99% sure he suffered one from the Titans game last year, because like the first 6 games of the season he was just not ripping the ball like Baker Mayfield does. But that's not an excuse.
I'm not even going to act like I remember, but it probably could be.
But no, let's see.
What you got?
I don't know if I like the Bills this year. But
I got the Bills going 11-5.
Oh, that confidence.
Dolphins, Jets, and Tom Brady-less Patriots with half their defense opting out from the COVID.
That's true. I'm never gonna.
They got the easiest division in the NFL, other than the freaking where's it at?
I'm not gonna
AFC South.
I'm not gonna go against
the easiest division.
Plus, Miami's a scary team this year.
I got
New
England going 7-9, and I got the Dolphins going 6-10.
I would say I have the Dolphins going like 7-9, and the Patriots going. I'd say I have the Patriots going 10-6. I think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna be fine. Yeah.
I got the Jets going 4-12, by the way, but I don't think that's really much of a shock.
I hope this is Gruden's final year as a Raider coach, but they're.
Are they gonna buy him out? Just like, all right,
should.
we just gotta rip the Band-Aid off.
They should, because he sucks.
I got the Raiders going 8-8. I think they have a decent team. I got them going 8-8. I think they're still not a playoff team though.
I think Panthers are a low-key spooky team this year. They're just in a very hard division.
I got them going 3-13.
Really?
I remember when I was recording the video, I'm like, oh, I have the Panthers going 3-13. Frick. But they got such a tough division.
Yeah.
Their easiest opponent is the Falcons. They got a tough schedule, man.
They're young. I think the Panthers show a lot of promise this year, though. Seahawks are going to be fine like usual. Chargers, look out for the Chargers this year. I think Tyrod Taylor's a good fit for that team.
Yeah, I just don't know what to expect. And they're going with is it Tyrod or Tyrod? It doesn't matter. His name's Tyrod Taylor. I can't say Tyrod with a serious face. So Tyrod, I think Tyrod's decent. I just haven't been a while since we've seen some good Tyrod Taylor, man. I think I had him going 6-10.
Okay.
6-10. That's one. I mean, it's not bad.
So, I will say, one, I don't think the Lions are going to do anything this year, and if they do, finally the year after I'm done on their bandwagon, I'm gonna bash my head against the table. Two, I've finally betted on
Mhm.
Matt Ryan this year for fantasy, and if he is the actually the quarterback that I've always said he is, I'm gonna bash my head against the table. And three, watch out for Mitchell Trubisky this year, boys.
Did you just say that?
I did.
Yeah, let's watch out for Mitchell Trubisky the year they're like dangling Nick Foles on him. Like, dude, we're pretty sure you're gonna suck. We got Nick Foles. Nah, I got the Bears going 4-12, and I got the Lions going 3-13. I'm tired of reading all these articles saying look out for the Lions this year. Look out for what? What am I looking at here? I don't get it. I really don't. I know I'm a biased Packers fan, but I really don't get it.
I
Is
get
it
it.
because you want Matt Patricia to be the next Bill Belichick? You got? I don't see it.
I get why people say look out for the Lions, but I am tired of being wrong about them.
That's why I say, and that's probably why I'm going to be wrong about the Browns again.
Yep.
They're probably going to end up somehow sucking.
All right. Well, Matt,
Yeah.
you have anything to add there? All right. Who's your Super Bowl teams this year? And who's
Every year I say it.
Chiefs and
I'm
Packers?
going Chiefs and Packers,
Okay.
dude. It used to be Packers and Patriots, but now it's Chiefs and Packers, and Packers are going to win it all, baby.
I think
Jordan Love will not step foot on this field. All right, saying
ever.
no this year. If anything, we're going to see Tim Boyle before we see Jordan Love.
So I have Chiefs and Seahawks this year. I think Seahawks.
See it.
Seahawks
Ducks are good.
Seahawks are a good team this year. MVP is going to be.
Well, how do you see the Niners going? How do you see them doing the year after their Super Bowl loss?
9-7.
Really?
Mhm.
Think they're regressing that hard?
Yes. You
I got them
can't
going
keep that up.
12-4,
You
but
can't
maybe
keep
that's
that
just
up.
because I saw them absolutely destroy my Packers.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of teams do that, but all right. So MVP, I have Patrick Mahomes for the next 15 years.
Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. And then Coach of the Year, I
But
have Kevin Stefanski.
ooh, I didn't even think of Coach of the Year. Let me look at these good teams I got. Coach of the Year. Let's give it to let's give it to the Bills coach. Who's the Bills coach?
McDermott, right?
Him.
Um,
Sean McDermott?
Bill-
That sounds like a name.
Bills head coach Sean McDermott. Yep, that's him.
Sean McDermott or Matt LaFleur? Kicker of the Year is Mason Crosby.
Who's LaFleur?
That's an award.
LaFleur's Packers. I thought you were thinking.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna the Bengals head.
What do you think
coach.
Mike McCarthy's going to do with this Dallas team?
I think McCarthy's gonna do great with the offense. As much as I hate on Dak,
there's so many weapons.
as much as I hate on Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy loves three wide receiver sets, and that is a good 3 wide receivers to have.
That's awful delicious, those targets.
Plus, you have Zeke in the backfield still, so I mean, and Jason
Mama.
Witten
And that
still,
offensive line's still
question mark?
solid. Nah, he's on the Raiders. He's a Raider.
Who is Dallas's tight end?
I'm 90. Got Blake Jarwin.
Jesus. Blake Jarwin and Blake Bell. They have 2 Blakes.
Not on Blake though.
Not on Blake. Not on Blake. It's not on Blake. It's on all of us. It's on Blake. It's not on Blake.
I freaking hate you.
All right. So Toronto is up 37-33. We're here with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. But yeah, I've got nothing else to talk about, Matt.
Brandon Whedon needs to get signed by someone.
All right.
Just to tick off the Kaepernick guys.
All right. It's episode 20. You know the drill. Follow the plugs. Follow my OnlyFans.
Oh God.
I've got nothing else, Matt. What about you?
If you're gonna hide a USB, don't don't immediately take out the butt. All right,
Mhm.
it's there for a reason.
Mm-hmm. All right. Brown Mama Show,
I
episode
got-
20.
Chase things astray.